But back to my feminist side though. What made you, cause with your current girl, what made you say this is the girl? Cause I'll go first because years ago now, I remember thinking like, yep, I want this to be my girl, whatever. And my first thought, yeah, I don't want nobody else, and I don't want nobody else to have her, whatever. And I remember that was one of my prominent thoughts in that regard, whatever. And I think even since then, yeah, I've seen bad bitches that intrigue me, interested, whatever, had other quality, whatever. Some bitches say, I suck dick 3 times a day. Oh, that's promising. Cool, whatever. But overall,
that porn's still there.
Yeah, that's a good endorsement, fair. Asian women don't talk. So I'm like, that's promising. That's fair. Like,
it's a lot of ism. He said something about white people last week. He's talking about Asians. Like,
yeah, so it was like, okay, these are promising.
Our brands are not aligned and connected. He's his own person.
Different couch.
Exactly. That side of the brand.
These are promising proposals. But I was like, overall, I can honestly say in this whole time, I've never seen a girl with overall better package than me than my girl is. I feel like this is the partner for me, whatever, through and through. So what would you say brought you to make that decision, and then
it was a lot. So for real, I feel like I'm big on like how women carry themselves, and a lot of what we are able to be exposed to immediately is social media. So I did meet her in person. She walked up to me at a comedy show. You know what I'm saying? It was around like 2 years ago, around this time. So this probably be like damn near and we going to a comedy show tonight, but that's not right. You know what I mean? I'm big on how women carry themselves. So with that being the case, she walked up to me. She was just like, hey, I seen you on social media. I'm like, you want a picture? She was like, no, I just wanted to tell you, like, I seen you on social media. Your stuff be, you be seeing some real stuff. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I'm like, well, what y'all about to do? Like, I was hopping in nigga mode. Whatever, that ain't really going nowhere. But I was in the middle of a 90-day fast, so I really wasn't going to do nothing anyway. But fast forward, I started to follow her social media. I'm looking at the stuff she posts. I always monitor, like, what a woman posts, especially when it pertains to men, because that's gonna let me know how she feel about men. So she posted just about self-love and this and that. It was like she never was posting like content bashing men and content the way she dressed was never like too revealing. I'm big on that. Like a classy conservative woman will always grab my attention before any ass and titties. Like, that's just what it is. Like, a woman with her clothes on is always gonna grab my attention. That's me. I can't speak for every horny nigga on the fucking planet. Me as a mature man,
why you looking at me when you say it?
I mean, you was older. I'm sorry. It was a slight smut. But
that's good. I'm just over here.
I'm always gonna be drawn into that. You know what I mean? And then, just the other aspects, being able to have good conversation. And so all of those things, like the baseline of like the dating, what might catch my attention in that regard, whatever. So just before a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I enter into that sphere of, all right, cool. Like, this catches my interest. She posted food. She always posting that she cooking. That's something I'm taking notes. Like, she posted home cooked meals. I'm like, who made this? I made this. All right. I'm not a give me a plate ass nigga. I'm just like, okay, take notes, inventory. So eventually, somehow, some way, we end up at the movies. And we go to the movies together or whatever. She laid her head on my chest, and it just felt comfortable. It was weird. It was like a weird ass connection or whatever. It can be weird. Like, I'm like, damn, like this shit felt like home essentially. So and I already did the work as a man to kind of like assess myself on what I was looking for in a woman. So she started to check out all the boxes. So I liked how we communicated for the most part or whatever. I liked the energy I felt when I was around her. But just gonna sound weird, but I knew that she was a potential girlfriend candidate, not because she cooked, not because the classy and conservative shit was definitely a plus, but it was because I liked when we argued how we handled the arguments. So during the dating phase, normally you argue with somebody like, I'm not fucking talking to you. It's done. It was a couple times where she even threatened. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Like, you ain't going nowhere, whatever. But it's like, I like that we was able to argue and then somehow find a resolve. Now, getting in a relationship, the arguments escalated. You know what I mean? But in the dating phase, I felt like, I liked that. So that made it, and then I liked how she carried herself as a mom. You know what I mean? She just didn't present herself a certain way. And she was never like a Joe-ass female. Not saying that it's not okay to be friendly, but it's different between like, I got a platform. I'm somebody like she's essentially like low key essentially. You know what I'm saying? And then she wasn't from here, so that was another plus. So then just building through that. Then after that, I felt like God just put His hands on it because we got pushed together faster than I expected. Like we ended up moving in together and blending our families. All of that shit happened fast. So I just think that was out of my control. But when it come down to it, I liked how she carried herself. You know what I mean? I liked how she poured into me. She always made me feel good as a person, always speak good to me. Like, besides argument shit, women mouth, crazy, But, on a regular day or whatever, she always, spoke, and she believed in what I'm doing. Even though I feel like now that we more closer, I feel like they get emotionally attached to shit. So But I feel like now, like when the person first meets you, it's easy for them to deal with certain shit before they care. But now I feel like we navigating tier 2 of now I'm her man, so it's like she might view shit different than when. But for the most part, she don't get in my way. We have our moments where it's like we gotta establish it, but for the most part, it's like, you know, as long as those moments don't grow, I feel like, you know, because I gotta chase my purpose and my career, my passion. She know how I am about that. But yeah, I think she blended with my family. My kids loved her. It just all made sense. But yeah, I think that's. I don't know if I said a lot or a little bit, but it was a lot. But it was a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Talking in circles.
I deliver so much.
I feel all that.
Whipped
You
ass nigga.
motherfucking
Damn, got this nigga trained. Want to land the plane though? You know.
No, so yeah, that we could kind of land a plane. That was a
Anything
weird
on
ass question to end the fucking episode on.
What? I'm a feminist.
Why do you want to? Why did you be? But there's a lot. I feel like it was more than that. I got a video on my page where I explained it at the time when it was fresh, and now we've been together for over a year and some change, and we navigate through this space. I do feel like she was somebody I wanted to complete like life with though. I feel like I'm glad I kept talking. I never been out the country. She never been out the country. So it was a lot of first things she never did that I never did. And that was like a big for me. So yeah, we didn't give each other our first kids. Cool. But that's fine. But it's a lot
of
kids.
Like,
yeah, like she has
kiss. I'm like, okay.
Kiss is crazy.
Yeah.
That too. But it's like there's so many other things that I can break her virginity in. So
alrighty then.
You know, I'm big on that. So ladies, if you out there, if you keep it classy and conservative, you know what I mean? Men, we respect that. You might look at what a man gives his attention, but you should focus more on where a man gives her respect. And this is not to say, oh, why y'all like this stuff? Why? Because at the end of the day, as my horny co-host would say, you know what I mean?
Smut.
And motherfuckers watching porn at his grandma's house. Motherfuckers super. You got to be extremely horny to disrespect Nana crib. But truths. but all in all though, regardless of what catches a man's attention, that don't mean you hold his respect. We respect classy conservative. We respect reserve. We also respect assertive and when it's necessary. We respect, you know, vocal when it's necessary. We respect encouragement. We respect all of that shit. We appreciate it. Even if you're not getting 1,000, 2,000, 1 million likes from men because you got your clothes on, that don't mean they don't respect you. That just mean they know you're not sweet. And that's just the truth because, and I realized this what I land a plane on. When I was younger, I was dating for what was easy. Like who was fucking fast? Like she's fucking fast. I'm taking you out. You follow what I'm saying? I feel like as men and you mature, I won't say it's an age thing, but as you grow and mature, you start to search for women that's a little harder to fuck. Because the thing is, like, okay, if it was harder for me to access, don't mean that every lockbox open differently. But at least if she have a certain moral code or standard and value in the way she carries herself, you understand that she's not easily accessible. If she's not chasing certain attention, so certain notoriety, certain validation from certain crowds, you understand that all women is fucking, but she not fucking for what she fucking for. And because of that, this is a woman that I can pursue seriously because she's not just an easy fuck. But if you present yourself as an easy fuck because you see that it gains our attention, that don't mean that it's going to sustain our attention. The woman that's putting herself out there in a more way of like, we don't pedestal her. She put herself at that standard of, I'm just not settling for this experience. A man is going to treat you to that level because we will rise to the occasion for the chick we want. And we feel like it ain't worth that price. That don't mean that you not worth it. That just mean that we probably can't, it ain't worth it to us. And I feel like a lot of women lower their value because they think that it's the sale price is too high. So they feel like, oh, I'm asking for too much. And they think that if I like him, because they act different for the person they like. We've been the man that they like versus the man that they don't. The man that they don't got to jump through hoops. When they like us, we just get it at an easier price. But I respect a woman that'll still move for the man that she like better than the man she don't like, but at the same time still keep her same moral standard of how she carries herself. So don't lower the price just because of the fact that you feel like you're not being accessed, because sometimes being accessed is not a good thing. Like you ain't gonna never see Gucci, Louis, or Chanel on sale because they know their ideal target. They know their ideal client, their ideal customer. You gotta ask yourself, what type of man do you want? You can't talk about the men that you're attracting and you sit here putting yourself on the shelf at a target price. No wonder why you keep getting targeted. I'll leave it there.
This guy's good. This guy's good. That boy good.